We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, it's an early season divisional matchup in the NFC East between the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders. Veteran Joey Sly set to get us started, and we are underway in our nation's capital. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Jones looking to throw it on the first play. This will go to Henry out wide. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field. Let's go.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards and a Giant first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
On second down, here's Henry. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make the play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Here's Jones off the play fake. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Jamie Gillen on to punt for the Giants. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
On 2, ready?
And right away, he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tay Crowder. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Montez Sweat. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. He'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Commanders will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. And complete to Drake London. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. Touchdown, Washington. Irv Smith Jr., 37 yards. And the Commanders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have that bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
He completes it to Henry. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there. Another looking at a 3rd and 13. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first...
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off, and the Commanders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From midfield now, Burrow. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll start with a give to Henry to about the 35, 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Jones, a quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Jones now, off play action, and the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Christian Harris there, finding his way home to record the sack. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Westbrook now on the return, and he'll take this across the 25. Going out of bounds. Here we go. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground and Saquon Barkley. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Burrow looking to pass. This will be caught at Samuel. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Here we go.
A handoff to Barkley. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
They go play action with Burrow. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Giants are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Now a throw here to his running back. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good.
And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. Picked off by Benjamin St. Juste. And the Commanders are going to get the football here at their own 23. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Gun.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Burrow on play action. On the move to his left. Smith brings it in, going across the middle. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And some room to roam that. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Washington. Saquon Barkley, 56 yards. And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 14-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they're going to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker. I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Now Jones throwing on 3rd and long. He's going to air one out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Tariq Castro-Fields who picked it. And the Commanders are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Giants are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Benjamin St. Juice. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball-hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
78 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
Here we go.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Here's Burrow. Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. This pass is caught by London. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
And remember, this drive started following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Barkley is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Here we go, here we go.
Second down and goal. Burrow. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Commanders are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 21-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here,
and my goodness, another interception. Andrew Booth picks it off, and the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off. And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Now it's Burrow. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw.
Touchdown! A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Commanders are able to widen their lead here in this first half. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 28-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing Jones. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Back to throw. Jones.
They'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now Jones. He's going to let this one go deep. And now here's another interception. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Commanders are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Here we go, here we go.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Giants will take over possession here up at the 44. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
A very limited time left to get into field goal range before the half, and they tried to get it all on one throw right there.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones, he's going to let it go again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, but we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
On 2. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go.
Burrow on 3rd down. It's caught. Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. That one complete down the field to Smith. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
Now a toss right to Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 96 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Giants are going to have it here just past the 25. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Was sacked by the linebacker, Jamin Davis.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Montez Sweat in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
I'm wondering.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception. So we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time. The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. He finds his man complete. It's Williamson. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. But it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Here we go, here we go.
22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Burrow will throw. He finds his man. It's Robinson. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing out 2nd down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there. With now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Commanders open the lead up to 34-0. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And down he'll go at the 25. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
He still brings it in off the tip here on the deep shot. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Jones. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Giants are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They begin with a run by Barkley. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. But when you're talking about 1 game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Henry on first down, not finding much running room as he pushes forward for a yard or 2 at most. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Henry.
And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line.
28.
56 yards on the ground for him so far.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. What I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Jones operating from the gun. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. outside handoff. Henry. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
And Barry, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. He needed 2. He only got 1 on the sneak, and that's going to lead us to a 4th and 1. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Giants get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Here we go.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think you might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he trotted out here for this series,
Here we go.
Coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he's got room. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go. Here we go.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that kick.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Chase Young able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
My vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points.
And now here is another interception. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Commanders are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Here we go.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the fourth quarter and now can really take some time off the clock. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Here we go.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
On one, ready?
This was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Washington, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll get another home day next week as the Eagles